What's up everyone, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Buzzing Beetle figure. Now a lot of people were rather disappointed with the Ultimate Beetle figure we got recently. I personally thought it was a cool figure, but it cannot even come close to the coolness of this version of Beetle. The Ultimate Beetle just is kind of lacking, and this guy is anything but lacking. He's a huge figure. He stands, now right now he's a little hunched over just a bit, but he stands about 7 3/4 inches tall. You can't straighten out his legs too much. If you could, he would be taller, obviously, but he's definitely got some size to him. He's really girthy. He's almost 6 inches across this way, so he's got some really good size to him. 100% unique sculpt. Nice little feature is he has these wings, which you can wind up with this, and you see these little these purple things here. They actually make the wings kind of buzz or flap if you hold in this button right there on my index finger. I'll show you that. It's kind of a cool feature. It gives a little buzz effect, and you can hide that all with putting the beetle shell down if you want to, so that's kind of cool. Or you can open it up and put them in flight mode or whatever you want to do there. Unfortunately, these aren't you can't really pose them other than that little flappy gimmick, and there's no real paint on them. But it's still kind of a cool feature, and it's mostly behind the figure anyway, so I don't mind too much. He has these forearm mounted guns. Of course, that one doesn't want to come off, and this one falls off too easily. And they fire these yellow missiles. It's just a standard spring. Doesn't fire all that well, but it is there, so that's cool. I'm pretty sure the face is supposed to light up, but I took the battery out because you don't want to leave batteries in old figures because they corrode, and I haven't replaced it. So I'm pretty sure though that face lights up, so that's a nice feature, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe whoever I bought that from glued it on. I don't know. He does have one kind of flaw to him, and that is that some of the green is that really glossy, odd green that they used on like the Mecha Hulk, and that's actually most of it. You can see on the lower parts of the bicep here, and on all of the bicep, all of the chest. And I know they're going for that kind of pearlescent beetle look, but it just kind of comes off as a bad paint job in some cases. There's even some overpainting here and there, but it's not bad. Actually, once you put them on the shelf, it looks pretty cool. But it's kind of one of those things where the execution doesn't really turn out as good as the forethought or as the concept, but it's still not bad. And the purple's got this really nice pearlescent look to it, so I do like that. And the sculpting is really cool. There's all these little like hexagonal plates throughout, so it gives them a really cool effect. The head articulation, we have a standard hinge with the ball peg on the top, so you can pose him just fine. Really love that head sculpt, by the way. The shoulder pads are soft material. Even though they don't look it, they will allow for some articulation in the shoulder. Shoulders are a ball hinge, but we don't actually have the standard bicep swivel. It's just a cut joint in the bicep. So that's a little ugly, but it's not too bad, and it's kind of well hidden by this purple plate right here. So it's not horrible. We have a single jointed elbow, a little shy of 90 degrees. That could have been better, but it's not bad. We have a wrist swivel. Not thumb articulation, finger articulation individually, so that's pretty cool. Each of the 3 fingers is individually posable, and then we have the wrist hinge with the swivel like I mentioned. So that's pretty nice. I do like the finger articulation on this guy. No ab crunch, that's mostly due to the gimmick. Personally, I would have preferred an ab crunch to a gimmick, but they have to market these things to sell, so I guess I can live with it. We do have a waist swivel, a waist twist, Y-jointed hips, which isn't ideal, especially on a bulky character, but he's not going to be in all these crazy poses anyway, so I think it's probably excusable on this guy. And the hips are kind of well done. They don't stand out as being a giant ball hinge somewhere, so that's alright. We do have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which have not the best range of motion. Even when you go like this, it's still not great, but it's not bad, and it doesn't look too bad, so I'm okay with that. Do we have it? Nope, no swivel up there. Ankle pivot. It's kind of a big pivot, so it gets stuck sometimes, but it is there. And we do have a really nice ankle rocker on the foot there, so that is awesome. I love these old ankle rockers. So much better than the new ones. That's so good. And then we have individually articulated toes, so that's kind of nice also. The big one doesn't have the range of motion that the little one does on this side, so that's a little strange, but it does have the articulated toes, and they are actually useful, so I am okay with that. He's such an imposing looking figure, looks great on the shelf. Anybody that doesn't have him and is a Spider-Man fan or a Beetle fan, you really need to pick one of these guys up before they get harder and harder to find. Actually, I think the prices are kind of low right now, so if you're looking for one, now's the time. There it is, guys. I do recommend it 100%. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.